back and cannot wait as the storylines are really starting to come together now. You're starting to see who is going to separate themselves and be in that 1-2-man race towards a gold buckle on a Saturday night tomorrow. But here with the Woodshed with Cody Wood on Equus Television, we have got a great day in store for you. Not just one, not two, not three, but 4 back-to-back great guests here today. So stay tuned. Join us all day today as we bring in some amazing individuals, not only in the rodeo world, but beyond. Back-to-back great guests here today. So stay tuned. Join us all day today as we bring in some amazing individuals, not only in the rodeo world, but beyond, that are helping achieve different aspects when it comes to the Western heritage and Western lifestyle. And I've got another great guest with me here this morning that's doing just that. When you're talking about the opportunity to expand in our Western heritage lifestyle, but do it the right way with a faith-based mission and goals in mind, and providing a fantastic facility and a fantastic opportunity for our way of life. But again, doing it with Jesus at the center of it, and with a strong faith guiding this mission. I cannot wait to get into it and learn a little bit more about the Pine Valley Heritage Arena that is in motion. Here's Scott Kuyu. Welcome to the Woodshed. How are you, Scott?
I'm great, Cody. Good morning. It's an honor to be here and get a chance to share the vision.
Yeah, I knew a little bit about it through our mutual friend Jake, and then getting to know more about it, and just even chatting a little bit offline this morning. So you're down in southwestern Colorado, Bayfield, Colorado, exactly, and when you start to look at the vision and the plans and things that you have in store, I mean, that's world-class equestrian center, Western sports facility.
We are definitely trying. It's a big endeavor, but one of the pieces that that my heart is that with everything that we do, that God deserves our best. So if we're going to do it, we're going to do the best inside of our means, and we're going to make it as really trying to make it one of the premier facilities in the entire region. So and because for really the heart behind it is that's what God deserves. And he in everything that we do, we're always going to give him our best. So even in this is what it's about.
Yeah, for sure. And you could see that, like I said, when you talk about even the specifics of the facility in itself and what all it might bring, a massive indoor, beautiful facility, arena, warm-up arena, 2,000 plus spectating seats, the ability for commercial kitchen, meeting rooms, conference rooms. So, we're talking weddings, all, any sort of Western sporting event that you'd like to occur. But then doing that, faith driven and by an opportunity that you guys have seen and that has been kind of called to your heart, essentially.
Yeah, really. So I'm born and raised in Durango. Durango's always billed as a cowboy town. And that heritage is little by little is getting pushed out of Durango. Bayfield, where we're at, is about 20 minutes east of Durango. So most people that live in Bayfield work in Durango, so a little bedroom community. But really our heart is God gave me a dream. It was probably 20 plus years ago. Actually, it was a picture and a word, and the picture was an indoor rodeo arena, and the word was redeeming our heritage. And so that's really what this whole thing has been about. 20 years ago, when God first gave it to me, honestly, I laughed because I'm not a cowboy. I just my dad wanted me to be a cowboy. I ended up allergic to a lot of things out there, and so I kind of just set it off on the shelf. And about 10 years ago, we were able to pick up some land that's adjacent to the church. That was supposed to be a developer coming in wanted to put in 300 plus homes on it. Went bankrupt, and we picked up the land. And then when we did that, God dropped this dream back in my spirit again. And I started going, all right, Lord, what's next? And so we began to develop it a little bit from there. Had a connection with a couple in our church at the time. They had a daughter that was riding for Prefert's junior elite team.
Oh yeah.
And she had actually talked to the Prefert family about our dream. I flew down to meet with them and their design team and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. Prefert's going to come in alongside. And it didn't happen quite like that, but they really helped stir the dream and get us on the right track. And that was about 5 years ago. Nothing happened. And then literally about a year ago, I actually thought the whole thing was done. I thought we weren't going anymore. Nothing else is going to happen, because one of the big commitments that we've made in this process is that we are going to build this thing debt free, so that we can make sure that it's always about our community and our kids, and how do we pass this heritage from generation to generation, and really see a legacy left that goes way beyond any of us, and really see this Western heritage, where cities are just trying to eat up and gobble up all the land and gobble up all the, it just becomes about a profit making. And I get it, I understand that, but that's not really what we're about. And about a year ago, a gentleman, we were actually just having coffee. It was someone had met, and he had asked me, he'd heard something about this arena project, and so what's going on with the arena? And I looked at him and I said, and I started sharing a little bit about the dream and the vision and some of the promises that God's given me with it over the years. And he looked at me and said, well, I done well with some investing, and I have about $1 million I would like to invest in that. And I think my chin hit the table.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I was that was a year ago. And starting in March, we started investing. We got a design team, engineers, the architects, and we have taken this thing to the place where we are now submitted the project to the town of Bayfield. And we literally just Tuesday night got approved with there's some pushback there. Even in our little rural town, there's some pushback because the dream is a little bit too big for some people. But got some pushback, but we ended up, the first step of the process is to rezone. So we had to get rezoning done on the land, because it was supposed to be 300 houses.
Oh yeah.
And so we had to go through rezoning, and now the process is rolling.
Man, that's exciting.
So we're moving, and it's all been within this last year that stuff has just started moving, and the way that God's opening doors, and I just kind of walk through whatever door the Lord opens. And
isn't that incredible, though? Like I said, that you've had that vision and that dream, and had that placed on your heart, and then as time just continues to go on, and then to have this individual to kind of come up to the forefront, and not just have a small donation, to something that could really generate and kickstart a project like this.
Right. And that's how, we've made a commitment to the church, and that we are not going to go in debt to build it. And so finances and vision have to cross paths. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how it's all going to happen. And the Lord hasn't given me that picture yet, other than just keep taking when He opens a door, take it, and we keep moving forward. And so I know He's got all the details worked out, but our part is just keep walking in faith and make sure we do this thing, and keep the plumb line right. You got to keep the heart set has got to stay right. Sorry, yeah. The heart set's got to stay right in terms of wanting to make sure that this is really about our community and our kids, because we need to see legacy. We need to see, our heritage and legacy. We need to see that pass from generation to generation, and that's what we're going after. It is a big. There's nothing like this in Durango. There's nothing like it anywhere. And if you ask me, and I know you're a Colorado guy, but Southwest Colorado is the most beautiful part of the whole state. Yeah. And it's just a gorgeous area. So we're excited to see what the Lord does. I know there's a scripture verse that God gave me as a promise about this project. It's out of Joel 3:18. And this is paraphrased, but Joel 3:18 says, "Out of the house of the Lord, He's going to water the valley." So it's out of what He's going to do through this project. He's going to use the church to be an economic influence in our entire community.
Yeah, water the valley.
Yeah,
no, that's amazing, and that's exactly what something like this could do. Like I said, not only just encompassing the local Western heritage and those youths and those young cowboys and cowgirls and individuals that might have an interest in anything equestrian or Western sports related, but to your point, southwestern Colorado and Durango and Bayfield especially are absolutely beautiful. So, to have some of that outside economic impact and some of those individuals like right here on Equus Television that, might be on the East Coast of the United States and have, hunter jumper, polo, dressage, and this giving them a phenomenal facility to make their way to a destination location to have an event and just an absolute beautiful opportunity then to have those outside resources water the valley there in Bayfield. So that's really an unbelievable mission and pretty cool when you look at, so you're looking at 3 phases, essentially on the construction piece of the process. And obviously phase 1 being the majority of that. But, just looking through it, I mean, this, like you said, it's not a small dream. This is a big dream. You got a large indoor arena, like I said, with spectator seating and that sort of thing, and a lot of different variables there. So tell us a little bit about the actual facility itself and what you envision from that side of things.
Well, I actually had someone, it was after we had put together the original, the plan, he made a comment to me. He said, Scott, be really careful in trying to phase in, because you'll get phase 1 done and you'll be wore out and tired and you'll be done. So he's like, you better go for, so we're actually kind of reducing it down and trying to create in phase 1 the majority of what we're looking for from a facility standpoint. So the indoor arena and full size, we had Prefert's complex design team come in, and we gave them what we got, or our dimensions. And they came in and they helped design the interior of the facility to make sure that it works. It's plenty big enough for team roping, and and then from there everything else can kind of begin to fit inside of that. I believe it's about 19,000 square feet. I'm trying to remember the dimensions off the top of my head. The seating will be over 2,000 seats. We'll have some suites. We'll have conference room space available. Durango doesn't even have a convention center style space available anywhere. And we're going to create that opportunity, for different, really different uses. A lot of multiple use kind of possibilities. Really going to push hard on our heritage and legacy. One of the big dreams that we have for just what we want to do is calling it, and it's just a dream, but calling it a legacy wall, where we get in every family has a brand, and putting together a wall that has the brands. But I don't want just the brand. I actually want the name of the family. Because a brand represents a family.
You're right.
And a lineage, definitely. And really want to honor that. My dad's, we've got a brand and want to honor that, just honor that legacy. And kids come in, grandkids, hey, there's our, and just really want to see that excitement build. And it's a big piece of our community, and really need to see it happen. So we got the inside facility. It's going to be full size with 2,000 plus seats. We will have an outdoor warm up that's going to be completely undercover.
Oh, perfect.
that will have the ability to be a full-size arena, undercover outdoors as well, that will have access directly into the indoor arena. And yeah, and it's the setting is back up on a mountain. The views are absolutely spectacular. The La Plata is coming in, and we'll have hookups for, RV, for the trailers. Those that want to dry camp will be able to dry, do it dry, or those that need hookups will be, I'm sure we'll have, we're going through the process of making sure we have all that kind of stuff set up as well.
Yeah.
So both inside and outside, we're really trying to set it up well.
Yeah, for sure. And even walking trails and the whole thing, to where, like I said, that, there's so many people that go through that area, just from a tourist standpoint, and to have them, one, like, let's just say, somebody coming from LA to New York, and they're on their way through there, and the opportunity to pull in, stay, and then while they're there, learn a little bit about the Western heritage, maybe have a moment where, kind of faith-based touches their heart a little bit, and what that might be able to do. And at the same time, it's so hard to not think of, if you build it, they will come, right?
Right.
And so, like, here you are in that exact scenario, and having that dream and that vision, and boy, I'm sure that a lot of people will start to make their way down there. But so where in proximity to where the arena is your church then? Is it right there?
Just down the hill.
Okay.
So you actually, you'll actually drive past the church to go up the hill to the arena. One of the other cool things about our location is when we purchased all the land where the arena is going to be on, from the developer that went bankrupt. Just to the north of that is, in Colorado, they have these things called state sections. They're a square mile, so 640 acres. And there's a state section of land that is right next to our land. And because we picked that, or because we purchased our land, we were able to get the recreational lease. So we have an additional 640 acres of you can just go ride.
Oh man.
When there's no riding out there, it's actually hunting. You can hunt. It's like we have our own little game reserve right there as well. And it's just an added benefit to the beauty of like, you literally ride right there and you feel like you're back in the mountains all by yourself. And for events, people that just they want to get their horse out to stretch their legs and take a long walk, take a long run, just whatever, or maybe it's not even for the horse, maybe it's for the rider to clear their head.
No, for sure.
And
exactly.
There's really no better place to it. It's we're excited. I don't know how it all's going to come down as we just keep taking these steps of faith, and the Lord is answering every step, and we keep moving as he keeps opening doors.
Yeah, it's incredible. And so when you look at, like, hopefully the next door to open, essentially, and over the course of this next few years, and is there a place for folks to donate or to get a hold of you? I mean, obviously at Pine Valley Heritage Arena. So it's pvha.com.
pvha.com, pinevalleyheritagearena.com. You can go there. You can get information on the website. We actually, this is the business side of this thing. So we actually have created Pine Valley Heritage Arena. It's its own separate business entity, and we've separated from the church.
Mm-hmm.
You can give to the church, and it goes directly to the arena designated. That's not a problem. But from a liability standpoint, needed to bring some separation.
Yeah, definitely.
And so Pine Valley Heritage Arena is its own corporation in the state of Colorado, filed for our 501c3 already, nonprofit. And
very good.
And pvha.com. If you want more information, you're welcome to reach out. You can reach out to us through the arena's website, or the church is Pine Valley Church as well, and you can get us on either side and come if you do get through Southwest Colorado. They say nobody accidentally drives through Southwest Colorado. You have to intentionally get there. There's no interstates that go through Southwest Colorado, so you have to be pretty intentional in trying to get through there. But if you come in, you can come visit Durango. Even though we're out in Bayfield, people are still going to enjoy Durango because Durango's the tourist town.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And but we're going to put Bayfield on the map.
There you go. And Bayfield is beautiful, and we talked offline about here we are at the NFR, and you've got Luke Mackey is doing a fantastic job in the bull riding just from down the way in Ignacio, Colorado, and Mitch Story and a couple other saddle bronc riders that are I would imagine will be here inside the Thomas and Mack when all's said and done over these next couple of years. And you actually got a chance to coach Mitch Story in basketball.
Yeah. I would go back a little bit with their family, and Southwest Colorado has some pretty incredible athletes.
They really do.
And one of the parts of my dream is there's a rodeo team that takes kids from Bayfield, Ignacio, Durango High School for a single rodeo team. And I thought, how cool would it be for those guys to have their own home court?
Their own home court.
I'm a basketball guy, and so I just like how cool that our these athletes could have their own home course, and just what that would bring, and just adding that kind of life to a heritage, and again, just seeing that stuff pass from generation to generation. Maybe finding a kid that's never touched a horse.
Yeah, you never know.
It's just a good athlete that just falls in love with it, and here we go.
Yeah, and that's the goal. That's honestly the goal in a lot of what I do. Honestly, to be honest, and that's exactly right. And you never know with Fort Lewis, a fantastic college right there. Maybe you never know. Fort Lewis might have a rodeo team when all said and done.
Yeah, how cool that be
because of what you've done. I mean that would sure be something special and a great place just to live and so anybody, like I said, you have to be intentional when you're going there. Wolf Creek Pass ain't going anywhere.
They know what you're getting into if you're pulling a trailer coming over Wolf Creek.
That's right. But boy, once you come down there and you come down through Pagosa and into Bayfield and then Durango, I mean, it is truly one of the most beautiful valleys and stretches within the entire United States. And so curious, so the church now, give the church a plug, and is it what is the church name?
So Pine Valley Church.
Okay, that's what I figured.
And actually, it's funny because when we went to name the arenas, we're going through. You got to come up with a name. And wanted to connect it to. So there's a river that goes through. It's called the Pine River, I've been pastoring Pine Valley Church now for this in 2026. I'll have been there for 25 years.
Oh, very good.
My dad actually started the church.
Oh man.
Just 5 years earlier. So this next year we'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary as a church. So he started it, and then I came in and worked with him for a little bit, and then took over as pastor and been there for 25 years now. And we are part of a denomination. It's called Foursquare, but we're just we're a big church in a small town. Per capita, I guess you'd be a big church. I mean, but we're just a bunch of, the thing that makes our church probably pretty special is just the relational aspect. Just a bunch of families loving on each other and new people. And you got the cowboys, you've got the non-cowboys, you've got the, you got the whole gamut. We're real blessed with all generations. We got grandmas and grandpas. We've got a lot of young families. Moving out of Durango. They're moving to Bayfield because Durango's just the real estate's gotten so expensive.
Yeah.
And so we see a lot of young families, and we have a phenomenal children and youth programs at the church that are just they're as good as it gets.
Yeah, well, that's exciting as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, to have created such just a great place to worship with inside your community, and now to have a vision to, like I said, to provide something, maybe bigger and grander than anybody could imagine, but it is well on its way.
Yeah, well, that's what we're about as a church. That's what we're about. We're not there for just ourselves. We're there to make a difference in our community, and that's what the arena is about. It's taking that heart with it. That this is not just about we were accused. A couple of the newspaper in Durango had an article on this dream, and then which you never supposed to. So I started reading some of the comments.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my goodness, accusing you of all kinds of things, and we're in it just to make the money. And I'm like, no, we're actually not in it we're blessed. I mean, we're as a church, we are blessed, and we're not. All the proceeds that we get out of this, we're going to invest right back into our local community and into missions around the world. Yeah. And probably the first project that we're going to take on out of proceeds, obviously upkeep, we'll make sure that the place stays the best and the best facility around. But one of our first big missions projects we're going to take on is a safe house for single moms, just for our local community. Yeah. And we'll probably build it right there on the property.
Yeah.
And then you give those moms jobs, let them come and their kids, get them around the horses and just watch that healing happen.
Oh man. And then just that opportunity to, economically to provide housing, a job, or whatever that might look like. But then there's something healing to anybody that might be going through a challenging time to have a horse around.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, they do so well with whether it's special needs or anybody that might be suffering from PTSD, and that has been so successful. But then, like I said, the opportunity for you guys to give just to the community itself and to be driven, by something much, much larger than us is pretty incredible.
Right. We don't want to be driven by the events.
Yeah.
I want to be driven by making a difference in people's lives. That's what we're about. We want to, and we will use the equine industry, because we didn't even get into that part of this, from the counseling, the therapy,
oh man,
those doors are just huge. And obviously, everyone that is watching this and part of this, there's a reason you're in it, because it does something good for the heart. And there's a large part of our world that's never had that chance. And just to see some healing and really just using these incredible, just this, using this heritage and legacy to find a way to make a difference throughout our community.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it. It's been a pretty wild ride, especially not being a cowboy.
Yeah, well, now here you are, round 9 of the National Finals Rodeo.
Exactly, round 9 of not only did you part of that national, the NFR, getting to just experience a little taste of that, but then even experiencing the out at South Point at the World Series, the team roping at the same time. Yeah.
That's a lot of cowboy.
Holy cow, that was a lot of stuff going on, and my head is. I went out there really just to get a picture of one of the premier facilities in the country, and wow.
Yeah, there's a prime example. If you build it, they will come.
Oh man, yeah.
Every day, every night at the South Point, and all year. I mean, they do so many different events, and they do such a good job of representing, I guess our niche, if you will, here in the bright lights of Las Vegas, and catering to our demographic. But it is definitely a top-notch facility, and I'm glad you got to experience that as well as this. And
it's been a wild. It's been a drinking from a fire hose, I think, for a couple days here, but it's been good. It's been good.
Good. Well, I'm so thrilled and grateful for you to swing by and chat with us a little bit and kind of tell your story and what y'all are working on. Like I said, a lot of these folks are, might be, from the Eastern United States, Western Europe, a lot of them. And for them to have an opportunity in another facility or even just another location visit, there in southwestern Colorado. But Scott, thank you so much for
You bet.
for coming by and telling us and filling us in on the project and everything you have going on.
Yeah, well, I would invite all of you, come, and if you do come through, at least come say hi.
Yeah, there you go.
Come say hi, check out the progress, and see where we're at. Would
Yeah.
love to. This is a family. I mean, this is the horse world. It's a family. I mean, there's a lot of different factions of the family, but it's a pretty big family.
It is.
And,
it is. We got a couple of crazy uncles in there.
Yes, we do.
And
every family does. And if your
That's
family,
right.
you think your family doesn't, you're probably the crazy uncle,
That's
right?
exactly right. Exactly right. They're still welcome at Christmas.
That's right. That's right. Love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for being here. But everyone, thank you for joining us. What a great opportunity to just learn a little bit more about, what's going on with inside the equestrian world and what could happen when you have that calling and something is pulling on your heart. And when you open that door and walk through it, you never know what can happen. And that's exactly what's happening here, with the Pine Valley Heritage Arena. So I highly recommend go to pvha.com, pinevalleyheritagearena.com. It really opens up your eyes to what exactly they're building and working on down there. It's just absolutely incredible. And so, you can never have enough equestrian facilities, Western sports facilities that are doing it the right way. And then you have the extra benefit too of knowing that all those proceeds, all that opportunity is going to go right back into that beautiful community and beyond. So for right now, that's going to do it for another great episode here on the Woodshed with Cody Wood on Equus Television, Equus Radio Network as well. And we've got another great guest in store for you here today. Here coming up here shortly, we will have one of the past world champions just from a couple years ago. Drop a little bit of hint, but right now there's a lot going on in the bareback riding world, and we got a world champion that'll be here on the Woodshed here in just a little bit. But for right now, myself, Scott, thank you once again for being here. This is Cody Wood with the Woodshed, and we'll see you on the next episode here in about 30, 45 minutes.